right. Hey, good evening, everyone. Real quick, I wanted to talk about, only because it came up as a comment on one of my videos. Now, there's been a lot of press regarding the brand new 2019 W Lincoln set. Okay, and then from there, it spawned off a whole myriad of various other talking points. Okay, specifically the proof set that comes with the 2019 W. You see how I kind of like reversed it there? Because it's less about this proof set, the brand new 2019 clad set, and it was more about the Lincoln Penny, okay? Which, I mean, I suppose we could go into a whole new conversation, but it's been kind of done to death at this point about, how special this coin is and the whole, I guess, 3-coin promotion that the US Mint is doing by adding these as free gifts to every single proof set, whether it's clad silver or the UNC set otherwise. But the video is not going to be about this, even though this is a nice coin and one in which it's going to be difficult to grade because of the amount of coins that are coming out out of the woodwork with various spots and already brown tones on it. Some really ugly stuff that's going to affect the grade. But there were a few people that had commented and made points about the overall marketability of the actual proof sets. Now, granted, proof sets are absolutely stunning in every single way. I have a number of them here that I'm going to talk to you about. Not so much about the type of dates and what you can find in them, because at that point, there's resources all over the internet, whether it's through my channel or others discussing the subject of variety hunting within these sets, okay? But what's the market like for this? More specifically, should you spend your hard-earned money going out and actually buying the proof sets? Okay, there's probably a good reason why that the US Mint elected to do a collector-only special gift issue for the purchase of these sets. Could it be the waning desirability of such sets? I don't know. All directions seem to point toward some sort of drop in the amount of purchases made for these sets, okay? And so the one thing that came up was someone had mentioned that they attempted to sell a whole bunch of the clad sets, which is what we have here. We have a whole bunch of them, including the new 2019. And someone had attempted to sell them through their local dealer. And first thing they did was actually call. They called in, hey, how much are you paying for post-1970 proof sets, clad? And the one response that this individual got regarding that was, we're not interested, only because we have so many of them and we can't sell them. All right. Which it's kind of alarming to an extent, because these proof sets have relatively low mintage figures. But the thing is, like I said, for the longest time, for many decades, okay, number one, the demographic that really, that they drive home in terms of pegging the proof sets down are your kind of like older generation, people who are, between like the age of 50 and 80. I mean, let's be honest. These coins were an absolute big hit for that demographic, for people that collected in the, from the 60s into the 1980s. So they were able to sell out for a good 20 years, those particular date sets. Okay. Now, I chose 1970 as a stop point because obviously the US Mint crafted 40% silver candy half dollars in them. Okay, so they have somewhat of an elevated type of price point because of that. But now that we're on a subject of, this is a 1971. Okay, this is where it got kind of, I don't know, bland, because there's no silver. It's all clad. They're all copper nickel, with exception of the penny, which is, it's copper. It's 95% copper and what's it, 5% tin or something like that, which, makes them a bronze composition. So I elected to do a little research on my own, and I reached out to, I reached out to 4 Sacramento area coin dealers, which actually in this area, we have quite a few of them. There's probably 7 or 8. So I reached out to 4 there, and I reached out to 4 out in the Bay Area, San Francisco, San Jose area, to see how much they pay for these sets, okay? And the statistics revolving around it is kind of again, it's alarming, okay? It's disturbing in a way because these sets, they all have low mintages, a lot of times under 1 million pieces. So here's where some of the feedback that I got, okay? So I called all 4 dealers in the area. Of course, they were all open. I called, right between 1 and 2 p.m. And I asked them, I have a whole bunch of post-1970 proof sets all the way up into the 2000s. What are you paying for them? Are you buying them? 3 of them said that they're not buying at all, okay, because they can't make any money off of them, and they have way too many of them. So we are just not interested, okay? The other person said we pay face. We pay face value. So essentially, this 1971 proof set that you see here, which has a 50-cent piece, a quarter, a dime, a nickel, and that penny, if you add it all together, that's 91 cents. I got that right? 50, 75, 85, yeah, 91 cents face. So they would pay 91 cents face for this. However, if you went to their shop, and I was just at their shop 3 days ago, they were selling these for $8-9 a pop. All right. And that's the place that was buying these up at face value. So here is the data that I received from the Bay Area shops. I called 4, by the way, sorry. Out of the 4, 2 of them paid face, with exception of a couple of years in there with some tougher dates. They said that the proof set with the 1970S small date, they paid an extra $10. That is a coin all on its own. You could turn and flip for about $40 to $50. The market has dropped on those. It's understandable. Okay, there's more because of the exposure of the power of the internet. Okay, it's dropped those prices. The other shop pays face. Okay, they do not pay any premium. And the 2 other shops were not interested. Okay, they said it's just not the market for them. They elect to turn people away. They even told me, one shop, which will remain nameless, told me to break open the sets, deposit them at the bank. Now, ain't that a load of crock of bull hockey? Because I would never do that. Okay, I actually buy these in bulk, and I'm kind of embarrassed to say, but I pay a little bit more than what everybody else does, because at the end of the day, these are not a quick seller. But I have kind of like a motive, a method to my madness, so to speak, of buying these things. So I'll go out and buy 10, 20, 30 of them at a time. And I'll cherry pick them, okay? It's real simple. But I always seem to end up selling these for about $6 to $8 a piece, depending on date. So, and of course, take a look at this set right here. This 1983. All right, the nickel and the $half is incredibly ultra cameo on here. Even the reverse, they're stunning. In Proof 70, those coins are worth something, through PCGS or NGC. So I got to thinking, so if about 25% of the coin dealers in a much more populous area of California is buying these at face, all right, they're obviously turning these around for a considerable margin. Okay, they're either doing that or they're simply they're flipping them and making about 4 times face, all right, where you get enough of them, it's quite a bit more money in the long run. So I wanted to also talk about the Coin Dealer newsletter. Okay, this is what coin dealers use to determine how much a baseline is for what they pay for coins. Okay, this is going to be the reference for your mom and pop shops. I'm gonna be honest. Shops like like Reeded Edge and Broken CC, Northern Nevada Coin. Okay, while they use this, okay, they also check the prices based off of online current activity. All right, so they'll go on Heritage Auctions website. They'll look at the archives. They'll go on eBay's website. Also look at the archives there also. And they're more inclined to give you like a generalized kind of like more middle of the road valuation for your coins. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 71 proof set. Let's see if we can find that in here. All right, proof sets. So there's a bid and ask. Okay, bid, I guess if you're bidding on them in bulk. Is what that applies. All right, so for the 71S, and provided that you don't have the no S nickel, which is an extreme rarity, the 71S, $3.75. Okay, that's kind of like the baseline of what they would normally buy it from you wholesale. And then they would turn around and sell for about double that. Okay, that's if you're going through the Coin Dealer newsletter, which is also referred to as the gray sheet in the business. But coins like this, see, that's a full set of 2009 proof Lincoln cents. By the way, these are bronze. Those are copper right there. These guys right here, 2005 state quarters. Okay, all in the same boat. Go ahead and crack that out. Put it in the bank, right? I mean, you gotta be kidding me. It's flippin' unbelievable that someone would say that. 1983 set, check that out. Here's another 71. I actually got 2, 3 71s there. See that? Yeah, check this out. How about this? Still in this little cardboard crappy thing right here. 75 proof set with the bicentennials in it. Yeah, take it to the bank, they say. Are you kidding me? And guess what? Here we are, 2019, the brand new set. Which, by the way, the quality is second to none. Okay, these things are so sterile that you would be hard-pressed to find anything wrong with these. Take it to the bank after you just paid $28 for these on the US Mint website. All right, and then everybody's making a big deal about how awesome it is because you get a free 2019 W penny. At the end of the day, clad proof sets are bunk in the marketplace. It's just like the collectability is not there. I paid $28 for this because of the penny. As a matter of fact, I bought a few sets. All right, the allure is strong when something is attached to it. But what I'm trying to get at, and my ultimate say in all of this, is guys, do not get into the habit and falling into the trap of thinking that clad proof coin sets are a viable investment opportunity. Okay, because if the coin dealers don't think so, and we're talking some pretty big coin dealers that have a huge presence in Northern California, if they say that they don't want to buy these, okay, and they tell you to take them to the bank, do not invest in them. Okay, I would say that US Mint sets are a close second. All right, they're going to tell you take them to the bank. If they have no silver in them, they're not worth keeping. All right, and I am sure there's been scores of people that have actually done that. Now, keep in mind, all right, if you plan on doing this, do a little research because there's a number of various varieties and errors that exist within these sets, okay, and they're all extremely valuable. Strike throughs, you know, off planchet errors, double strikes, that sort of thing. But do not, and I stress this, do not invest in any post-1970 proof sets at this time. The market is down right now, okay? And even at its height, these things don't appreciate in value the same way that gold and silver does. when that time comes. Okay, when the market adjusts, yeah, it doesn't carry proof sets along with it, unfortunately. They are absolutely stunning. They're beautiful presentations. They provide somewhat of a semblance of a feel-good moment, but that's all it is, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's all it is. At the end of the day, it's God. I'm kind of shocked and a little bit disappointed that this is more of a dose of reality. It's a good thing I don't super invest in these things like some people do. I think people buy massive quantities of them for the prospect of finding either Proof 70 cameo coins, okay, which, during the 1970s, the early 70s, that's few and far between, or going through them and looking for some of the no S variant coins, like your 68 dime, 71 nickel, 1990 no S Lincoln cent, stuff that they could turn around and make a boatload of money on. So yeah, don't invest in clad sets. I'm glad I got this one at the very least. I mean, again, it's a beautiful set. I was more interested in what this looks like, and now that I have it, I'm fine. I bought 3 sets, and I'm just gonna hold on to them. I mean, they're nice. They're nice coins. There are truly Proof 70 coins in there. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for joining in on this video. I guess it's more of a rant, I guess, but also, it's a sobering kind of admission to call these coin dealers within the area and finding out about the information firsthand from them. And of course, I've been a customer of just about every single one of these within the last few years. So I know to an extent how they operate as far as how much do they sell these things for, because they have stacks of them on their glass cases, on the counters. They have them in shoe boxes. Oh my God, yeah, they can't get rid of these things fast enough. But thank you guys. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And as always, best way you can support my channel is hit the like button. So God bless you guys. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll catch you guys later. All right, take care.